Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the MTA Scripting School. I'm sorry that I just couldn't make any videos in the last 2 weeks, I think. I had much stuff to do because, you know, I have to search for a job and I have to go to interviews and you know. So, I took my time today and yeah, we will be taking on the client and server communicating with each other. And for that, I've just already made something because I once recorded this episode, but Camtasia just said like, well dude, fuck you, I'm just not gonna save that. So I have to redo it all again, but that's okay. Okay, so first of all, I've just made a little server-side, the server-side script. I've just added that the local bin is an object, a bin object at the Grove Street. And I've added an event handler which is called moveBin, which moves the bin by some coordinates. And client side, I've made a command handler which is called moveBin, which is executing the function moveBin, and yeah, which just takes 3 arguments, and these arguments are x, y, and z. And x, y, and z are the coordinates for not the coordinates, like how many stats or positions, or I don't know how you call it in MTA, how many x coordinates should the bin move, or how many y and how many z. And yeah, so what I did is just function moveBin, the argument's name, because of the argument which the comment handler gives the function from the comment name, because you can do like command handler moveBin so 2. You can also do this would work, and then you need this to just do the right thing for this function. Okay, and I've made a little if statement. If each argument x, y, and z is given, then trigger a server event. I will show you what triggers server event in a few seconds. And if x, y, and z are not given, then just give the player the message that he has to type in x, y, and z. Just easily. This is something you don't have to take a look on for now, because I've disabled it. We will be taking a look at it in a few seconds after I've showed you this. Okay, trigger server event. Just as the name says, triggers a server event. And the first argument is the server event. The second, the event name, sorry. The second argument is the source of the event. And after that, there are the arguments. So this triggers the function moveBin, gives the player as the source, and the x, y, and z coordinates as the arguments. And on the server side, I've created the event moveBin by using add-event. I've added an event handler to the moveBin event, which is bound to the root and executes the function moveOurBin. And moveOurBin takes the 3 arguments x1, x2, and z, x1, y1, and z1. And it just gets the current position of the bin first, and then moves the bin in 4 seconds to the new position. And fuck off. And that will look like... wait a second. Forgot to join when I started my MTA. Okay. I'm just gonna start my editor here. 3 rooms and editor. And start hello world. As you now can see, here's... wait. Where's my bin? Where did I put it? Didn't I started it? Restart hello world. Okay, where's my bin? Didn't I create it? Did I do something wrong? Wait, it should be somewhere here. Where did I put it? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna change the coordinates. I will let it spawn right here. So we will need this and this coordinate. Delete this one again. Restart hello world, and this is currently confusing. Refresh. God damn it. Sorry for the fails at the moment. Okay, and yes, I want to spawn right there, please. But the bin is still not here. Why is my bin not here? Here we go. Okay, so now we have the bin here. And to move it, we just write move bin, and then if we won't write any move bin, if we won't write anything, then we have to type in the X, Y, and Z. And if we will move it, let's just say 0, 0, and 5. And you see it goes upwards. And because it's a server-side event, because the bin is server-side, not restart, reconnect please. So because the bin is server-side, every time I move the bin as comment, it will move on the server. So every time the player connects to the server, it will load the current position of the bin. And because the bin is server-side, the position of the bin is saved server-side. And when we change the position of the bin with our command, which triggers a server event, the bin gets moved up into the air and spawns like right there. But if this would be a client script, which it will be in a few seconds after I'm done with showing you this, so when this would be a client-side event and the bin will be a client-side object, then the bin will still be, every time we reconnect, it will be here. Yeah, about here. Because when you join the server, when the client joins the server just starts the client script on the client starts the client scripts. But the server doesn't restart its script just for one client. So if we will restart the server script now while we are online, which we will do now, let's restart hello world, then we can see it gets moved down again because the script reloaded, it just removed everything that was created by it and created everything once again at the positions it has given. And these are these positions of this bin. What we also could do, we could jump on this and then just fly upwards with it. We could also move it like this. And if we would reconnect, it would be at this coordinate. And if we would reconnect while it's moving, we should see it moving when we just reconnect. But I'm just too slow to make that visible for you now. Okay, let's make this a client script now. So just take this and change the command handler to execute the move our bin. Okay, let's just restart hello world, move bin 555. Did something wrong. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Where's this problem? Oh? Yeah. So we do move bin, and move bin executes the move our bin X, Y, and Z. Okay, now it should work. And move bin 55. Whoops. Move bin 55 and 0. And you what, mate? Yeah, I'm still creating it server side, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have two bins, one client side and one server side. Move bin 555. That's the client side bin. This bin is only seeable to the client who moved it to that position, so to me. And if I'm now a new client which just connected to the server, first time ever, and I spawn on the Grove Street, I cannot see it up there because when I joined, the client script got replicated on me. So that basically means that the client script started on me, just like local. It's just local. It's not server side, it's local, which is client side. And now I have two bins inside of here. One time the server side bin, and the other time the bin I, the client, created. So if we now do -2, -2, -2, move bin -2, -2, -2, then we see this is our oh, good, okay. Move bin 005, and you can see now this is the client side bin of me. And if there would be a second player here and he would also execute the move bin function, he would not move my bin but his client side bin. So he just connected. Let's just imagine that he connected and he can only see these two bins inside of each other, and then he just writes move bin -5, no wait, 2 -3. Then he will just see this. We will still be seeing our floating bin up here, and he would see it like this. And if he would write now move bin 555, he would see his bin going up there, but our bin would not move. It would still be there, and we will still not see his bin because it's only seeable for him because it's client side. So I hope I made that pretty understandable. If not, I'm sorry. As I said, you can always write me a PM on YouTube, FFS or something like that, or maybe even on Skype. I think I'm put my Skype contact stuff in the description this time. So if you have questions, just add me on Skype or write a personal message on the FFS or forum or on YouTube to me. But there's one thing we did not take a look at yet. Remove this because we will not need this. Now we just have once again the server side bin, and this time we will use trigger client event. What's trigger client event? Trigger client event triggers the client event, just like trigger server events triggers a server event. But this time the trigger client event, I will just show you the MTA wiki while I'm just MTA wiki. We'll just show this to you. Please, thanks. And here we go. So it just works like that. The trigger client event needs two arguments: the name of the event, which is the client side event, and the source element of the source of the function. Just like that. So we use the client side event successfully moved, which I added down here. And as source, it's the resource root. And what if we want to change the send to? The send to is the very first argument. So if we would add now a third argument into our, let's say we want to pass over an argument like tomato, just for example, this would not work because, as it stands here, when using optional arguments you must supply all arguments before the one you wish to use. Form information, the optional arguments. So this means if we want to pass over the arguments, optional argument, we have to first give the send to optional argument because it's the very first optional argument, and we will write it just like this. That's how we will do it. Okay, and as an example, I've just made Y1 and Z1. I've just made this as an example. And for full example, I'm just gonna restart hello world. Move bin 555. Oh, whoops. Move bin 555. And as you can see in the chats now, blob moved by 5 and 5 and 5. Because the function on the client side, the successfully moved function, well, the moved function, but the successfully moved event triggers the function moved. And if the function moved has got the 3 arguments x, y, and z, it outputs to the chat box how far the blob was moved by x, y, and z. And if we now just, let's say we don't need any arguments to send, then we just write this and restart hello world, move bin 555. And you can see now only blob stands there because we did not pass any arguments, and if there are no arguments on the move function, then it just outputs blob. It's easy as that. So, whoops. I hope you understood everything in this episode. I'm sorry if I rushed it a bit, but I just want to just give you an episode as fast as possible, because I've now made, like, I think maybe 3 weeks nearly no video, and as you can see, it's pretty late, and that's okay. As I said, if you have any questions, send me a message in Skype, write to me on YouTube, write a comment, or write me a personal message. Same on FFS forum. And yeah, that's it. On the next episode, I don't know what we will be covering in the next episode. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we will do some client-side scripts just for seeing how client-side really works and what client-side should be used, what server-side should be used. Yeah, you know what? In the next episode, I'm sorry, we will be taking on a look when we should use client-side and when we should use server-side. Even though this is a pretty logical step, some people just don't have that logical thinking and need to know that. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. I don't know when the next episode will be out. I'm trying to give you the next episode as soon as I can, but yeah, I have some stuff to do and stuff takes time.